Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Darren and Anak. Metric number is D2025-111-8605. Today we are going to present about market structure, which is we are from Microeconomics, Group Hash, and we are from Group 3. So, market structures refers to how a market is organized and how it affects the behavior of firms and the performance of the market. There are four main market structures, which is for the first one is perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Therefore, the objective of this project is to analyze real-world firms, compare their characteristics, and evaluate their impact on consumer welfare and market efficiency. So, you guys might be very curious, right? What is perfect competition actually? Perfect competition is characterized by many buyers and sellers, homogeneous products, free market entry and exit, and firms acting as price takers. No single firm has the power to influence market prices. Now, let us move to the selected firms and justification. I choose PPK Cameron Island is suitable because it produces vegetables that are similar to other farmers' products. The prices are determined by market demand and supply, not by the individual farmers. Next, I choose PNK Kuala Kedah is also suitable because fish such as mackerel and tuna are homogeneous products. Fishermen cannot set prices freely because the price depends on the daily market price. Next, I will discuss the implication of perfect competition on consumer welfare and market efficiency. Firstly, consumers benefit from competitive prices because firms are price takers and cannot charge higher prices than the market price. Consumers also enjoy good product quality and a wide range of product choices due to the large number of sellers in the market. Referring to the graph A, the market equilibrium price is 15.28 ringgit per kilogram, which is determined by the intersections of demand and supply. Firms such as PNK Kuala Kedah must accept this market price because they cannot influence price individually. Graph B shows a horizontal demand curve where D equals AR equals MR. This indicates that the firm faces perfectly elastic demand and can only sell at the market price. As a result, perfect competition promotes allocative and productive efficiency because resources are allocated according to consumer demand. However, firms may have limited incentive to innovate due to lower profit opportunities.
The Competition Act 2010 helps ensure fair competition among firms. It prevents practices such as price fixing, market sharing, and abuse of market power. This allows more firms to enter the market and compete freely. As a result, prices are determined by demand and supply, not by agreements between firms. The Act also protects consumers by ensuring fair prices, more choices, and competitive market environment.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Urnika Puteri Yusup. Next, I will talk about the monopoly market structure. A monopoly is a market structure where a single dominant firm controls the market and there are no close substitutes for its product or service. Monopoly firms usually have price maker power, face higher barriers to entry, and compete mainly through non-price factors. For this session, the selected firms are Tenaga Nasional Berhad or TNB and Perbadanan Bekalan Air Pulau Pinang or PBAPP. TNB is the main electricity provider in Peninsular Malaysia. Since electricity is an essential service and requires huge infrastructure investment, it is very difficult for new firms to enter the market. Therefore, TNB operates without direct competitors. Meanwhile, PBAPP is the sole treated water supplier in Penang. Consumers have no practical alternative source of treated water, and the industry also requires high capital investment and strict regulation, making market entry difficult. This is the example of natural monopoly curve. Both TNB and PBAPP are examples of natural monopolies. In a natural monopoly, one firm can supply the service more efficiently than multiple competing firms due to high fixed costs. Government regulation helps ensure that prices remain fair and that consumers continue to receive reliable service. To prevent the abuse of monopoly power, TNB is regulated by the Energy Commission, while PBAPP is regulated by SPAN. These authorities monitor tariff, service quality, and consumer welfare to ensure fair pricing and efficient service delivery. So, although monopoly firms have significant market power, government regulations are essential to protect consumers and maintain the quality of essential service.
Hello everyone, I'm Shasvinraj, Nalathambi, and my matrix number is D2025-111-8599. Today, I would like to explain regarding monopolistic competition. In monopolistic competition, there are many buyers and sellers in the market. This is clearly seen in Malaysia's F&B industry, where there are many cafes and restaurants. Because of this, firms like Secret Recipe and also Old Town White Coffee do not dominate the market. If Old Town increases its price, consumers can easily switch to other kopitiams. Similarly, if Secret Recipe increases its cake price, customer can choose alternatives like any other bakeries. Next is product differentiation. Each firm tries to make their products unique instead of competing on price. For example, Secret Recipe differentiates itself through quality cakes, awards, good service, and also a comfortable dining environment. Old Town White Coffee differentiates through its roasted coffee process, heritage style kopitiam concept, and also a variety of halal Malaysian food. This is non-price competition. Firm compete through marketing, branding, and customer loyalty instead of price. Secret Recipe uses memberships, rewards, seasonal promotions, and halal assurance. Old Sultan focuses on strong branding, online coffee products, and also maintaining its traditional cafe experience to attract loyal customers. Lastly, there are low barriers to entry and exit. It is easy for new firms to enter the market as long as they meet basic requirements like business licenses and also halal certification. Because of this, if existing firms earn high profits, new competitors will enter the market. In the long run, this leads to normal profit only as competition increases and demand is shared among many firms. Secret Recipe Cakes and Cafes in Berhad operates in monopolistic competition market because it sells similar products to other cafes and restaurants such as cakes, pastries, and meals. However, its products are differentiated through branding, presentation, menu variety, and store ambience. It is well known for its premium cakes and cafe dining experience. Similarly, Old Sun White Coffee also operates in a monopolistic competition market. Then it also offers similar products like coffee, toast, and Malaysian meals, but differentiates itself through its traditional white coffee, Malaysian breakfast sets, and also heritage cafe concept. Both firms rely on branding, marketing, and also customer experience rather than price competition. They also face many competitors because barriers to entry in the F&B industry are very low. As a result, both firms remain competitive by focusing on product differentiation instead of price. As shown in this figure, Old Sun White Coffee reaches its equilibrium at point R, where marginal revenue or MR is equal to marginal cost or MC. At this point, the firm produces 3,000 units of output. The price charged to consumers is RM14 per unit. At the same time, the average revenue, which is AR, is also RM14, and the average cost, which is AC, is RM14 as well. Since AR equals AC and price equals average cost, the firm is only able to cover its production cost. This means that Old Sun White Coffee is earning a normal profit and not making any extra or supernormal profit. This is a common situation in a monopolistic competition market because new firms can easily enter the industry, which produces excess profits in the long run. Both Secret Recipe and Old Town White Coffee positively affect consumer welfare by ensuring halal compliance and building trust through quality control of ingredients. They are also active in CSR activities. For example, Secret Recipe supported the Children Wellbeing Campaign on 2026, while Old Town White Coffee focuses on sustainability by using recyclable packaging and also cage-free chicken, and even received an ESG Sustainability Award. However, there are also negative effects. Because both firms operate in monopolistic competition, they charge higher prices due to product differentiation, meaning price is above marginal cost. They also face productive inefficiency in the long run, which increases cost and may lead to higher prices for consumers. Overall, consumers benefit from CSR and quality assurance, but they also face higher prices and some inefficiency. To reduce negative impacts on consumer welfare, the Malaysian government has introduced several regulations. Firstly, the Malaysian Competition Commission, or we can also call it as MyCC, enforces the Competition Act 2010. This act prevents monopolistic behaviour and cartels and ensures firms do not secretly fix or increase prices. It also promotes fair competition by allowing small firms to enter the market without unfair barriers. Secondly, the Consumer Protection Act 1999 protects consumers from misleading advertisements, false branding, and unfair price practices. This helps ensure the consumers are not easily deceived when making purchasing decisions. Overall, these laws help maintain a fair, competitive, and transparent market for consumers. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Mohd Irfan and Faizal, and today we are looking at the oligopoly market structure. An oligo happens when a market is dominated by a small number of big suppliers. As you can see in the slide, its a main features that includes a mutual interdependence, meaning these firms closely watch each other move off. There's also a significant barrier to entry that keep these new rivals out. Because of this, companies focus heavily on non-price competition, which leads to price stability. For our real-life example, we choose two global giants company, which is Coca-Cola Company and PepsiCo. As shown in the slide, Coca-Cola focuses strictly on dominating the global beverage sectors through iconic advertising and brand loyalties. On the other hand, PepsiCo diversity its portfolio by balancing the drinks with massive snack divisions, and both giants are heavily protected by the huge capital needed to build global bottling plants. How does this market structure affect a consumer? On the positive side, avoiding price war forces both companies to invest heavily in innovations. This gives us a great product variety, like sugar and probiotic options. However, in the negative side, is higher artificially pricing, where price above marginal cost, shrinking consumer surplus. They also practice parallel pricing, meaning they rise price together when production costs go up. To understand how they set prices, let's look at the Kikat demand curve. The market operates at the equilibrium point E. If one firm raises its price, demand is elastic because its rival will not follow, leading to a massive loss in sales. But if a firm cuts its price, demand is inelastic because the rival will match the cut instantly, and this is why firms avoid price war altogether. And finally, let's look at our government regulations. To stop these duopoly giants from exploiting consumers, regulatory bodies enforce a strict antitrust laws, such as Malaysia Competition Act 2010. For example, the FTC blocked a major mergers in 1986 to prevent the artificial price inflation. Courts also closely watch exclusive network like in 2002, Pepsi versus Coca-Cola case, ensuring smaller rivals are completely shut.
In conclusion, each market structure has its own characteristics and impacts on firms, consumers, and market efficiency. Our findings show that perfect competition is the most efficient structure, while monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly offer different advantages and challenges. Overall, this project has helped us better understand how market structures influence business, behavior, and consumer welfare in the real world. That's all from us. Thank you so much.